Hi, friends. Pokemon friends, maybe. I've already done that joke before. Does anyone even care about Pokemon friends nowadays? Did that come and go, or are there people who are still playing that? I don't know. For me, I thought it looked kind of cool, but it's so overpriced with the $34 to pay the full thing, and you don't even get a physical version of it. I still say if Nintendo releases a, say, $20-$25 physical version and it contains everything on the cart, I'd pick it up out of interest. But other than that, no. But anyway, sorry. Hi, friends. It really doesn't seem that long ago since I did that big Pokemon special where Pokemon Friends was revealed. And I talked about my personal history with Pokemon, then live reacted to the entire Pokemon Presents event, and did a big after-show breakdown of Legends ZA. If you haven't watched that, I'll link to it below. It was a really fun time and basically took my excitement to boiling point for Legends ZA. It's easily my most anticipated of the big AAA offerings from Nintendo and related second-party companies. And truly a game that I cannot wait to play and will be covering a lot on this channel. So if you feel the same way and haven't subscribed already, now would be a great time, just saying. Thank you very much. But we are here again already with a whole ton of Pokemon news to cover and catch up on, because we had two huge IRL events back to back. The Pokémon World Championships 2025 and, of course, Gamescom 2025, which happened directly afterwards. We have lots of new Pokemon media, lots of news to cover, and no less than 5 new Legends ZA trailers to react to and go over. I'm pretty sure most of you are here for Legends ZA, so I'll spend the most time on that. Obviously, probably 40-45 minutes talking about all of that. But I do think that it's worth quickly covering the World Championship events and announcements too, because there is some really cool stuff there. But as always, timestamps will be in the description and pinned comments. We have basically a whole new album of Pokemon music that's available for free. It's kick-ass stuff too. News on Pokemon GO, TGC, Unite, Pokemon Champions with a new Switch 2 trailer, which I've not watched yet as I wanted to react to it live. So for all of that, plus, again, 5 frickin' Legends ZA trailers to react to, as well as press reaction to the 2 show floor demos, there's a whole lot to cover. After I just quickly read out the podcast intro. And if you usually skip these intros, no worries. Just remember to leave a like and maybe comment while you're doing so. It really helps me out. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. It's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays. We've just hit 1,000 subscribers, and once all these events are over, I'll be doing a 1,000 subscriber special with some awesome exclusive reveals and giving away some super cool Nintendo prizes and maybe even a game. Ooh. Okay. Super quick intro read and then right into the news. Hi everyone, welcome to Daily Switch 2, a podcast covering everything related to the Nintendo Switch 2 with at least one new episode or video uploaded per day to YouTube, Spotify and your favourite major platforms. My name is Sam and I've been a gamer since the 1980s. I've worked in the entertainment industry since I was a teenager, including as a games journalist, producer of gaming documentaries and shows, and I'm even programming multiple indie video games, including 4 which will be released on the Switch and hopefully Switch 2, so be sure to subscribe and follow the show for the world exclusive news on those as they drop. However, I'm a gamer and a Nintendo fan at heart, and this podcast is purely a passion project for me to talk about all the stuff that interests and excites me about this new system. It's not monetized or funded by any entity. It's completely unofficial and unbiased so that I can give my full, frank, honest opinions. So if you want to support me or just find out the best places to get these free daily episodes, or join our free members area where you can talk to me and leave suggestions and take part in monthly free giveaways to win official Nintendo prizes, all links are in the bio and at linktree/dailyswitch2. That's linktr.ee/dailyswitch2. Thank you so much, and back to the episode. Right, the Pokemon World Championships 2025, or Pokemon Worlds 2025 for short. For those that don't know, these are big convention-style events like a Comic-Con with many opportunities for competitive Pokemon battling with cards and video games. People travel from literally all over the world and win really cool trophies and stuff. Super cool. There's also the kind of things that you would expect at conventions, like all kinds of merch to pick up, etc. The event seems to grow in size and ambition every single year, and this time it was held for the first time at the huge Anaheim Convention Center. For those that don't know, it's in California, obviously, Anaheim, literally across the street from the entrance to Disneyland, and many huge world-leading events are held there. So this was an enormous occasion. It ran for 3 days, had an opening and closing ceremony. As always, they had super cool custom key art and music, and it was all bigger and more ambitious than ever before. I love the bright, sunny California vibes here with the Pokemon in big yellow crazy taxi, and Pikachu wearing a Letterman varsity jacket. It's all really sweet. There's an opening trailer animation, which is really cool, and I've been showing some footage of it here, but I'll link to the whole thing in the description, along with the opening ceremonies, event recap, and the official event album too. Album, you say? Why, yes, they produced 6 full new tracks, and it's really cool because they involved multiple community members, influencers known for music and voice acting. It was so cool to see Pokemon recognizing firm fan favorites like this, and the whole album is available for free online. The tracks are Let the Good Times Roll by Michelle Ray and Chichi, Good Game by Cam Steady and Toasty Marshmallow, Just Beyond by Nate Wants to Battle, Anna Prosser and Cam Steady, Heart of a Hero by Michelle Ray, Our Time by Michelle Ray and Cam Steady, and Face the World by The Longest Johns. It's all genuinely good music covering kind of pop rap, pop rock. I'd happily listen to all of this just by itself because it's good music. I'm especially happy to see Nate Wants to Battle being involved. I'm a big Sonic fan and he's always been on my radar. And recently I've covered my somewhat obsessive Shantae fandom too on this channel, and I briefly mentioned that Christina V, the voice of Shantae currently, is also the voice of Miraculous Ladybug, a French series that I love, and her and Nate did my absolute favourite version of the banger of the theme song in English. So yeah, Nate rocks. And to see him and the other Poke fans rocking out, they actually got everyone together to perform live versions of all the songs as well for the opening ceremony too, with full choreography and sets. Again, the whole thing is very cool, very high production value, very worth watching, great performances, talented people. And what's lovely is they didn't just hire random professional singers and dancers. That would have been very easy to find in California, of course. But these are all people fully entrenched in the Pokemon fandom and community for many, many years. And you can see just how excited and honored they all feel to be involved. And they absolutely kill it. Energy off the charts. You'll love to see it. So the events all went very well, and I will link to a video of the recap for those that care about the battling events and things, but I imagine that most of you are here for the news about the games themselves. So let's cut to the chase. Most of the announcements were kept for the closing ceremony, and there were a lot of them. Here's the highlights for actual games. Pokemon GO is getting Eternatus and introducing max battles, including them too. Pretty neat. I talked about Pokemon GO before in detail in my previous Pokemon special. Another mobile game, Pokemon TGC Pocket, is getting Mega Evolutions coming this autumn, presumably to include the ones that will come in Legends ZA. They said that Pokemon EX cards are being added too, including Mega Gyarados EX, Mega Blaziken EX, and Mega Altaria EX. Pokemon Unite, which is on mobile and Switch, celebrated its 4th anniversary and is continuing to be updated. They announced Empoleon, Delmise, and Vaporeon, all coming in the upcoming rollouts. The actual IRL trading card game also got an update, adding a new card rarity type, Mega Attack Rare, and bringing more Mega Evolution cards to it too. And also the location for next year's Pokemon Worlds was announced as San Francisco 2026. That's cool. Not really straying too far from Anaheim to San Fran. But they also teased a new event called Pokemon XP. So I'm sure we'll cover both of those in the future. I don't think they announced the actual location, but being that it's San Francisco and being that presumably it will be just as big, if not bigger, than the Anaheim one, I would imagine it's going to be in the same location as San Francisco Comic-Con, which is basically the biggest Comic-Con in the whole of the US, or maybe the world. So, yeah, Pokemon World's going from strength to strength, getting bigger and bigger. You'll love to see it. For me, and presumably most Switch 2 owners, the biggest thing, other than Legends ZA, is more news of Pokémon Champions. And we got quite a lot of news, actually, that makes it a lot more interesting than it might have initially seemed. Even if you think you don't care about Pokémon Champions, you might. We've got a new trailer to react to, along with 5 trailers for Legends ZA, as I mentioned. So from this point on, I will be going completely unscripted, and once we start reacting, it's no notes, just going off vibes. As always, what I'm expecting or hoping for before the trailers, then a live reaction to the trailers, and then giving my immediate thoughts afterwards. Now, I reacted to Pokemon Champions and the last trailer released during my coverage of the last Pokemon Presents event. As far as we knew back then, it was a digital-only game for mobile devices and Switch 1. I was a little skeptical about it. Firstly, I said it was a shame that it was just a Switch 1 and there wasn't a Switch 2 version, although I did think that the graphics did look really nice. But also, I'm skeptical of download-only games, especially ones for mobile devices, because I start worrying about things like microtransactions. If it's going to be a free-to-play, free-to-start kind of game, is it going to be one of those things where it's very paid to win and you have to spend a lot of money in order to get good, or in order to get all the content? I'm really not into that kind of game. It's one of the reasons I don't play Pokemon Unite, even though I think it looks cool. I just don't want to get sucked into that money trap. However, now they have announced a dedicated Switch 2 version, which is wonderful. And they've said that there will be a free-to-start version, in inverted commas, and a paid digital version. So, though they didn't specify, what I'm hoping that means is, yeah, there's a free-to-download and free-to-start version, which is basically going to be the same as the mobile version. But if you're playing on Switch 1 or Switch 2, you can pay whatever the price is going to be for the game up front, and then hopefully not have to pay for the extra content. It'll just be a one-time payment, and then you get absolutely everything. I hope that's what it means. Also, I hope that leads the way for a physical release. They didn't announce one, but yeah, if there is a physical release and it includes basically everything that you would pay to get for the mobile version, then yeah, I'll absolutely pick it up. Now, for those that don't know, Pokemon Champions, it's a battling-only game. It's not an RPG, it's just the battles only, a bit like the old N64 Pokemon Stadium games, though presumably without the legendary mini-games or the transfer pack to play Game Boy games on your TV. That was so cool back in the day, so cool. I was initially confused as to why in today's day and age we would need a battle-only Pokemon game. Like, part of the appeal, or basically the whole appeal of Pokemon Stadium with the transfer pack was the fact that at that point, Pokemon games, the proper RPGs, were basically, well, they were only on the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So the graphics were very, very simple, 8-bit 2D. But with the transfer pack, you could have your Pokemon that you'd captured and trained and looked after and honed exactly how you want and named whatever you wanted, and suddenly you could see them rendered in lovely 3D graphics and have them on your TV. But nowadays, all the mainline Pokemon games are playable both portably via the Switch and on your TV via the Switch or Switch 2. You know, so why would you want a game that was just battling only when you don't have that appeal of, oh, I can see my Pokemon in 3D or whatever? I didn't really get it to begin with. Although, again, when I was reacting to the trailer last time, I did say that it looked really cool and the graphics looked really nice and the battling system looked really decent and in-depth. Now we have more information that makes the whole thing make a whole lot more sense. 3 things, actually. announced at the World Championships. Firstly, it will be compatible with Pokémon Home, which means that you will be able to import your Pokémon from any of the modern games. Right. So yes, that will basically work a bit like the transfer pack of, it's not just you're battling random Pokemon that you rent within the game, but no, you can bring in your Pokemon from all of the mainline games that you've been playing, anything that you've captured and trained up, you can transfer to Pokemon Home and then transfer to Pokemon Champions to battle in 3D. Right. Now, that is a big deal, firstly, for the novelty factor of it, but secondly, because it takes away some of my worries where I was worrying about the free-to-play nature, meaning that there's microtransactions, and those microtransactions might mean that there's a kind of pay-to-win element. No. I imagine not. I imagine the payments will be perhaps to unlock different generations of Pokemon and stuff for if you just want to rent the Pokemon and use them for battles. But it can't be pay to win. It just can't, because if you are training up your own Pokemon and bringing in your own Pokemon through Pokemon Home, that just wouldn't make sense to have, pay to win elements. So that suddenly makes it a lot more interesting of a prospect. The second thing they announced there is full cross-platform support between Switch 1, Switch 2, and all mobile devices. That is fantastic, meaning that basically it's allowing you to play online battles with people across the world on any device, but with Pokemon that they've actually caught and raised and trained and honed in the mainline Pokemon games. That's really cool, and it basically means it'll be like the ultimate way to battle your Pokemon against each other and against people from around the world who've caught and trained them in whichever Pokemon game that they're playing on whichever device that they're playing, whether they're Switch 1, Switch 2, whether they're playing the mobile games, whatever. And most importantly, perhaps, is it's going to be the main battle game for the 2026 World Championships in San Francisco. Now, you might think, well, why does that matter? I'm not going to go to the World Championships in San Francisco. I'm not going to watch people battling. I'm not good enough to take part in those kind of battles. I just want to play some battles myself at home or against my friends and have some fun. Why does it matter? Why is it the most important thing that it is the main battle game for the 2026 World Championships? Well, because of what that means. What that means is this is, as far as the Pokemon Company is concerned, this is the most serious, the most fully featured, the most all-encompassing, covering every single Pokemon, every single generation, every single move, being fully compatible with Pokemon Home, so everything from all of the games can be brought in at once, and this will be the ultimate Pokemon battling system to be able to have a fair and balanced way to see who is the best Pokemon battler, who has trained their Pokemon the best, who wants to be the very best like no one ever was. And yeah, so what that says to me is, if this is, the ultimate way to battle Pokemon together and to see who is the best Pokemon trainer and who has trained and raised their Pokemon the best way, then obviously what that means is there won't be a pay-to-win element. There won't, because that would render the entire thing entirely unfair. Whoever pays the most money has the most powerful Pokemon. That was one of the things that I was initially worried about, and by saying this is going to be the main battle game for the 2026 World Championships, and it is compatible with Pokemon Home, basically everything that I'm worried about just completely disappears out the window. So it'll be interesting to see what comes in under that paid digital version versus the free to start version. As I say, I imagine the free to start version, what you would pay for will basically either just be cosmetic stuff that doesn't affect the battling. It just changes how stuff looks. Like, you can give Pikachu a cool hat or whatever. Or it's, like I said, quite likely that if you don't have Pokemon to transfer to it via Home, and you just want to, rent existing Pokemon, probably you will, if you have the free-to-play version, it will only have a limited amount of Pokemon, and if you want the entire Pokédex from all 10 generations, or 9, but, Gen 10 will presumably be announced soon, sometime after Legends ZA. If you want the entire Pokédex, maybe you'll have to pay to unlock them all, which is kind of cool because everybody has their favorite generations, and maybe if you don't want to pay for all of them, you can just pay for the ones that you want. But the fact that you can have a paid digital version, which presumably will unlock absolutely everything, to me, that's a really good sign. And again, I really hope they do a physical version as well. That would just take me from being, okay, now I completely understand it and I respect it, but I'm still probably not going to pay and play because, I'm not that into Pokemon battling. For me, I'm more about playing the RPG side of things. But yeah, if there's a physical version as well, I'll absolutely jump on board. No question. Right, so that's all the announcements. But I'm going to watch the trailer now, the new trailer. As I said, I watched and reacted to the last trailer at the Pokemon Presents event. So if you want to go and watch that, you can go and watch that. But this is a brand new trailer that was released during the 2025 World Championships. So I'm going to react to that now. I've downloaded it and I haven't watched it. This is a genuine first-time reaction. Okay.
Here we go.
It's all a bit Skrillex, isn't it? A bit dubstep. You see what I mean, dude? These are genuine big live events for people from all over the world. They're good. Yeah, I was worried we weren't going to get gameplay footage right. And Mega Evolutions. Yeah. See what I mean though? These graphics look beautiful. Presumably these are, wow, all the particle effects. Jeez. Yeah, presumably these are graphics from the Switch 2 version. Because that'll be the most powerful platform, won't it? But yeah, they look fantastic. Yeah, these battles. I mean, I wish the battles in the mainline games looked and were as epic as this. So maybe they will be in Gen 10. We don't know. And the Legends ZA battles look pretty damn good. But yeah, wow. Okay. So yeah, it looks really good. And as I said, with all that new information that we've got, it's taken it from being, okay, that looks kind of cool, but I don't see the point, to suddenly, oh no, I completely understand what it's meant to be now. This is like the ultimate way to battle Pokemon, especially in the competitive scene, and to be able to have all the Pokemon from all the games and put them together, and it doesn't matter what you're playing on, everybody is on an even playing field. It's just for competitive Pokemon battling. Yep, completely understand. As I said, me personally, I'm more of a Pokemon RPG kind of guy. I like to play the stories. I like to feel that I'm living in the world and I'm discovering stuff. Actually, the battling is probably my least favorite part of Pokemon. But for those people who are super into it, yeah, I totally see why this is cool. I totally get it now. And again, as I said, if there is a physical version, I will 100% pick it up because, yeah, it looks cool. Okay, so now we've got all that out the way, we'll get onto the stuff that I'm really interested in. Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, obviously, as I said before, I did a full reveal kind of breakdown, reactions, and then after-show reactions after the Pokemon Presents event. And I was just so hyped for ZA, and I still am now. I'm a bit of a Francophile, and the fact that we have so much French influence and basically a Pokemon game set in Paris is really, really cool to me. I love all the puns and everything else of the French language, and I love the fact that these many of the areas of the city are places that I actually know in real life, and that's really cool. And it gives me the opportunity to go to Paris in real life and film a video for you guys to show the real life areas. So if that's something you want to see, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you are, thank you very much. But yeah, Legends ZA, I loved Legends Arceus, is one of my favorite Pokemon games of recent years, and yeah, I'm just really hyped for Legends today. Everything about it looks really great. Now, at both the World Championships event and at Gamescom, there has been demos that people can play, and we've seen lots of people reacting to them. Predominantly, I'm thinking about Xeon from NintendoLife did a really good reaction and has uploaded all the footage. You can see him playing the demo, but also NintendoLife have put out an article which I'm going to very briefly completely steal from here and just read out. They've very conveniently compiled reactions from other games journalists, so let's just quickly read them. But I want to get this out of the way quickly because we've got five videos to react to, 5 trailers or teasers from the World Championships and Gamescom related to Pokemon Legends ZA. So I want to get onto those, but let's see what the reactions to the gameplay trailer were first. So Xeon, in his own article, has said, "While I'm still trying to temper my excitement and expectations for the overall city exploration, I'm relieved to report that the combat, from what I've played, feels like just the thing the series needs to take it into the next generation." Interesting summary comment that they've chosen there. Yeah, Xeon, in his video and his initial reactions, he seemed to imply that he was less excited about the fact that this was a Pokemon game set in and around a large city. He liked the kind of open world nature of Legends Arceus. I would push back on that because, I mean, for me, as I said, it's not just any random concrete jungle style city. It's it's a stylized version of Paris, and Paris is a very varied city with lots of greenery, lots of water, lots of parks and things. So it's not going to be just concrete. But also, they're really emphasizing the story and the exploratory elements and things. So like the detective area and the different stuff that happens at nighttime and all the different challenges and side quests that you're set by the different characters in the city. And of course, a lot of that just wouldn't be possible in something that was more just open fields and mountains and things. So yeah, I think it's going to make a nice difference to Legends Arceus. Basically, the reason why I loved Arceus so much and why so many people did, I think, is because they really changed up the way that battling works. Obviously, it's not a mainline Pokemon game, so they can play fast and loose. And many people, I think myself included, felt, these battles in Legends Arceus actually feel like a more kind of modern Pokemon battle system. And in a way, it almost felt like a shame to go back to more traditional battles afterwards. So that's one of the things that I'm most looking forward to with this game, is the battle system. And Xeon, in his playthrough, was very, very impressed with it and said that it felt really, really good and really like it was modernizing the series. And that's how I felt about Arceus. And, so to extend on that and make it even further, that's great. And yeah, from watching his gameplay footage, I concur. I think it looks really good. So the Verge say, "The demo, which I played ahead of the 2025 Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim, California." Yeah, there was like an open day event while they were setting up for journalists to get in early before it opened to the public. The demo, which I played ahead of the 2025 Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim, California, was split into 2 parts lasting around 10 minutes each, both seemingly early in the game and heavily focused on the new battle system. Yes, it wasn't story-based stuff. It was basically all action battling stuff. "It's a big departure from nearly 30 years of Pokemon games." Well, they obviously haven't played Arceus, but yes. "I'm used to thinking about Pokemon like a chess match, slowly and several steps ahead. In ZA, I had to think about the same type matchups and stats and everything else, but quickly and on my feet. Yes, it's a more real-time experience. It took me some time to adjust," says the person playing for the Verge. Okay, great, cool. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you do have to be more quick on your feet, and it's not just turn-based and planning things out ahead. Yeah, but for me, that's a good thing, and I'm very excited to play it. But I can see how there would be an adjustment period. IGN say, "I can see the potential, but with just 20 minutes of experiencing the early game, it's much too soon to tell if this real-time battle system will scratch the strategy itch Pokemon games usually do for me." That's a fair comment as well, but personally I think I think there will be a lot of strategy involved in this anyway. You still have that kind of elements matching, and you have to really know your moveset in and out and know which Pokemon to bring in and out at which time, and having to do that in real time rather than just having basically as much time as you want to think about it before you input your next move because it's turn-based. I actually think it's going to be just the same emphasis on strategy. You just have to make your decisions quicker, which is cool to me anyway. And next up we have Polygon. Polygon say, the combat felt fresh, good, and I was only able to see the beginning of it. I wanted to get right back into another epic battle. I wanted more. And this is all based on a relatively small representation of early game hours. I can only imagine how much more engaging the combat will feel with a full party of Pokemon, all rocking fleshed out movesets as you go up against a formidable foe. Yeah, exactly. That kind of reaction is how I felt when I was watching the footage. VGC says, Arceus was a game that brought back so many fans. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, myself included a little bit, I talked about this in my previous Pokemon special. Even though we had been enormous Pokemon fans at the beginning and obsessively played all the games all the way through, filling out the Pokédex, a lot of people did feel that there was a period where Pokemon games were very, very samey. Just they didn't feel like they were evolving, no pun intended, quite as much per gen as they should. But Arceus really did take a lot of people, myself included, by surprise and was like, oh wow, okay, this feels like a really modern take on Pokemon. This feels like maybe this is the direction that Pokemon should go in the future. And it was kind of a shame when it didn't, in a way. But it's great that we get another Legends game. So yeah, Arceus was a game that brought back so many fans specifically because it departed from the main series formula. Yes, that's what I've just said. And ZA is an even bigger departure. It will take much more time with the new battle system to get to grips with the new way of taking down trainers, but we're thoroughly sold on Rogue Mega Pokemon battles already. Well, that is sounding incredibly positive, and I echo those sentiments. Cerebi.net, obviously big, massive Pokemon fan site, the biggest. To round things off, here's what Cerebi.net webmaster Joe Merrick had to say about the demo. It's still early and it's hard to say how well the new systems will work in an overall game, but from what I played here, it seems like it's a cool evolution of the Pokemon Legends formula, and it has me wanting to go back and play more, which is a good sign in my view. Yeah, great, brilliant, yeah. Okay, those are all the reactions that we have summarized here by NintendoLife. Again, thank you very much, NintendoLife, for making it so convenient for me to just rush through those quickly. I think now we should jump right into the reactions to the trailers, because we have 5 trailers to react to. Okay, so getting right into the reaction to the first Pokemon Legends ZA new trailer. I can see that this is something to do with multiplayer. As people know, I'm not a big multiplayer guy, certainly not a big multiplayer online guy, but I am getting more and more interested. And I do like couch multiplayer, so I hope whatever mode this is will be couch multiplayer as well, but I don't really know. Let's have a look. What's this about?
Pokémon Legends ZA introduces link battles in a whole new style. Get ready for intense 4-player mayhem.
4 players. Oh, is that split screen, so we can play locally split screen? Or was that just for the video edit? Oh, so it's like an all-out brawl. You're literally all fighting against each other at once. Kind of Smash Brothers style, or Power Stone on the Dreamcast. That game was amazing. This looks cool, man. Yeah, it's very Power Stone with the dropped items. And the graphics look super smooth. I noticed there's a mixture of languages going on at once, which is cool. The names of the Pokemon are the names in the locality for the person who's playing online. Because if people don't know, Pokemon have different names depending on what country you're in. This could be pretty intense. It looks really cool. And I love how it's happening just in front of the Eiffel Tower. It's sick. Man, yeah, that looks really cool. And they said it happens in just 3 minutes. Yes, I've already pre-ordered. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, immediate reaction afterwards. Yeah, I thought that looked really, really cool. To be honest, I wasn't really that interested in, oh, it's a multiplayer thing, it's probably going to be online. But yeah, no, that looks really fun. I can imagine just picking that up. I think they said that it was 3 minutes, like who can kill the most, or not kill, but who can win the most battles and most points in 3 minutes. And yeah, I can see that being something that is just really fun just to dive into and smash away. That's yeah, it's really neat. As I said, it reminds me a lot of Power Stone, and I suppose a bit like Smash Brothers as well by extension. But yeah, having 4 characters running around is pretty manic and pretty awesome. And then when you defeat people, items appear and you can run around and collect them. And yeah, I'm impressed by the graphics. I know some people. I see the sentiment of some people saying, oh, these graphics are so basic. Oh, look, it's just a texture for the windows and things like this. But for me, like, having tried to play the Pokemon games on the Switch one, it's just so nice to see everything running like perfectly smoothly. Really nice. And yeah, the graphics are kind of simple, but I actually really dig the style. I think they look really stylized and really cool. Nothing that I've seen of Legends ZA so far has made me go, oh, that looks ugly. In fact, everything I've seen has made me go, oh, that looks really awesome. I can't wait to play. And there was a lot of effects going on there, a lot of particles and lighting effects and all kinds of things. So considering this is, it's not a Switch 2 exclusive game. This game is coming out on the Switch 1 as well. Although obviously it will run better on the Switch 2. But it's not like a strictly next-gen game. It's like a cross-gen game. I think this looks awesome. And from a multiplayer perspective, it looks like a really fun mode, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't really play online multiplayer. The one thing that I would question is there going to be a couch multiplayer version of that? Because again, Smash Brothers and Power Stone and other kind of arena fighters, I love playing those games like couch co-op. Not couch co-op, but all sitting around on the sofa playing those games together. And it did show like a split screen at the beginning, but I don't know whether that was just for a cinematic or even if it's not in the game, they just did that for the video just to show that there's 4 different people playing at once. I don't know. But yeah, if they do have that mode available to play locally multiplayer, that will be sick, and I will play that a lot. But I imagine that could be quite intensive for the Switch 2, having to render like so much action going on at once in 4 different windows. You're basically asking it to render 4 times the amount of polygons, so it might not be possible. But yeah, even if it's online only, that does actually look pretty fun. And just booting it up for a quick 3-minute match, I can see that's something that I would do. So yeah, I was going to buy this game anyway. I'm already super hyped for it. It's the single player mode that I'm interested in, and I want to play the heck out of this. I want to fill out the Pokédex if that's a thing, if it has a full Pokédex in this, but also I want to do all the side missions. I really like the idea of all the detective stuff and all the storyline, about the underground crime missions and things. And also it's Paris. I want to explore Paris. I love Paris as a city. Is one of my favorite cities in the world, and the fact that it's getting representation in Pokemon is awesome. I know it was already in Pokemon X and Y, Lumiose City, but yeah, this version is just so much more padded out and expanded upon, and it's based on Paris after the Haussmann renovations. So yeah, it's different. It's not the same Lumiose City that we've seen before. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, let's jump right into the next trailer. I'll do a live reaction for it. This one is the one that I mentioned before in my Gamescom coverage previously, where I said that they had dropped a teaser of 2 photos on their social media that looked like kind of horror-esque photos, and they were teasing something. So yeah, I'm not sure quite what to expect here. Let's just find the file and I'll queue it up. Okay, yeah, I've got it queued up now, ready to play. I don't know, my predictions before this one, it could be one of two things. As I mentioned in my Gamescom coverage when they were dropping this teaser, there is a heavy element in Legends ZA, which is not necessarily in a lot of Pokemon games, where there's at night time. There's a lot of a darker element to the underbelly of the city and what's going on, and there's detective stuff and crime stuff and noir edge, and presumably that's when, you know, ghost Pokemon and things will come out as well. So it could be that we're going to get like some kind of gameplay revealer here of some of the more kind of darker or the detective edge gameplay. But the photos that they released really looked more like they were not screenshots from the game itself, but more like a screenshot from either, you know, a proper full-on horror game or actually like a horror movie, like a found footage style horror movie, Blair Witch style, something like that. So if I remember correctly, we have had horror shorts, like kind of parody horror shorts from Pokemon before, just made as short films. That aren't in-game footage or anything like that. And I remember there was one for Legends Arceus. I think there was one for Scarlet and Violet, and maybe Pokemon GO got one for one of their updates as well, I think. And they were really fun, really nice to watch. Some of you know that in my my day job is I produce movies, and I have over the years, over like 2.5 decades, I've produced many low budget horror movies. So that's not what I make nowadays, but in the past I've made many low budget horror movies, and I'm very fond of them. So it's always neat to see Pokemon when they do that kind of thing. So I don't know whether this is going to be actually more of a gameplay reveal, or whether it's going to be like a short film with a horror edge and something about the game will be revealed. Maybe a gameplay feature, maybe a character, or most likely a new Pokemon or a Mega Evolution or something like that. Being that in the last big trailer that we got that I did a reveal for previously, it showed the Mega Evolution Dragonite for the first time, so that seems to be something that they'll do a whole trailer just for one Pokemon or one Mega Evolution. I know it's a big deal to some people. To me, maybe I'm more of a casual fan, so I don't get quite as excited for a single reveal like that. But I do love the horror-themed videos, so if it is one of those, I'm not going to be disappointed. Anyway, let's play it, and I'll give my reaction. Okay, so we're in 4:3. So it's meant to look like old camcorder footage. So yeah, it's definitely not gameplay. Always love it when a kid's game has to start off with a warning in the trailer. I mean, it's kind of game engine-y, but that's definitely not the same game engine as Legends ZA. So yeah, I'm imagining this is just a cinematic trailer, not actual footage. It's very reminiscent of Resident Evil 7 and 8. 7 especially. This is cool. This is really atmospherically done. Oh, the Clefairy doll. I love Clefairy. Yeah, this is nicely done. I would play the heck out of this. If this was a real game, I would play the heck out of it. Make a Pokemon horror game. Oh no, it's a dead end.
Looks like a dead end.
That's what I just said. This does kind of look like an old French house, though. Actually, a lot like these wooden floors and the picture realm. Oh, who is that? Oh, he's so cute and so scary and so cute. Spinarak. Spinarak jump scare. And what are those? Noibats, I think? Sorry, I'm not a Pokemon expert, but I do enjoy me some Pokemon.
I'm starting to feel dizzy.
But I don't know all of them.
The lights are on in that room.
And it's confusing because, as I just said, they have different names in different territories. Whoa! Massive... what's that? Bellsprout. Victreebel? Is it Victreebel? So that's Mega Evolution of Bellsprout line, which I think is Victreebel. I might be wrong about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The footage cuts off here. Mega Victreebel. Yes, I was right. Maybe I do know Pokemon. Kind of. Yeah, that was cool. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, not much to say about that. That's obviously, there was nothing in there to show gameplay of Legends ZA. It was just a reveal that Victreebel gets a Mega Evolution, and I guess that's cool. I don't like, obviously the Bellsprout line has been around since, well, it's Gen 1, isn't it? Since the very first games, but I don't see them used or referenced very often. I don't remember seeing, like, merch and plushies, and I don't remember them being in the animation very much as well. Not that I've watched every series of the anime, not at all. I fell off on it once my kids kind of grew up and left home. There was no reason for it to be on in their house anymore. No offense to people who watch it. I would still watch it if I had time. I just don't have time. Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool. Mega Evolution's always cool. And yeah, no, I really loved the start of that. I thought it was really well done. Yeah, I would watch the heck out of a Pokemon horror movie, and I would certainly play the heck out of a Pokemon horror game in that style, like Resident Evil style. I suppose that trailer, because of the timing of the announcement with Gamescom, it dropped the same day as the Resident Evil 9 Requiem trailer. Which again I talked about and reacted to in my previous Gamescom coverage. So yeah, that's awesome. And then the next trailer that we've got. Yeah, I think this is gameplay trailer, but it's I've just realized while queuing it up that this trailer is called Mega Victreebel Raises a Stink. So yeah, I assume this is gameplay footage with Mega Victreebel. Yeah, so maybe I wasn't as clever as I thought by recognizing Bellsprout and Victreebel and remembering that name. Maybe I didn't pluck it out of nowhere. Maybe my subconscious picked it up from when I was downloading the video. Oh well. Let's react to this. Yeah, looking forward to seeing some more actual in-game footage. As I said, everything of this game looks great so far. So. There he is. Oh, watching the other battles. This music's a bit sad. He wants to join in. And he mega evolves. It's all got a bit Scooby-Doo with the corridor running. Yeah, this looks cute. This is nicely put together. As I keep saying, like, these graphics, they're simple, but they look nice. They're so smooth, and I love how everything's, like, moving, the blades of grass and the leaves and the plants all blowing in the wind. Yeah, okay, so we didn't really learn anything there other than, okay, that's what Mega Victreebel looks... Ooh, information. Ooh. Yep, yeah, I've already pre-ordered. You don't have to convince me. And I'm not going to digital. I'm a physical guy. I don't care about 100 Pokeballs. Thank you. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So we didn't really learn very much in that, but it just showed what the Mega Victreebel looks like in game. But again, yeah, no, as I was saying, everything about Legends ZA, I really like how it looks. To me, it just looks like what I would expect from a kind of mid-gen upgrade or cross-gen upgrade, but everything is running smooth, and yeah, it's all low poly models, but they're all nicely made. They're nicely textured. I think the use of color is really good. I saw like the gradients on the leaves and stuff look really nice, and yeah, like I say, I love how everything's moving, the grass and the flowers and everything blowing in the wind. I think it looks really nice. I don't really understand the people who are complaining and saying, oh, it looks like a GameCube game. No, you have really rose-tinted glasses if you think GameCube games look like that. I love the GameCube, don't get me wrong. That generation, the GameCube, Dreamcast, Xbox, and PS2, that is one of my, if not my favorite generation of consoles ever. So I'm not insulting the GameCube, but no, this is a modern game. This is a nice modern looking game. It's just not the bleeding edge, but you wouldn't expect something to be bleeding edge when it's a cross-gen game. But it looks to be running really smoothly and beautiful on the Switch too, which is great, being how badly the Gen 9 games looked on the Switch 1. Although I talked about this in my Kirby and the Forgotten Land review, which I think, if I'm correct in my schedule, I think will have gone up yesterday. I believe that many of the Switch 1 games that run poorly were designed with a more powerful Switch in mind, and it's only actually, the COVID and the 2020 lockdowns and the chip shortages and everything that meant that we didn't get the Switch Pro that we were meant to get. So I don't necessarily blame Game Freak and the Pokemon Company as much as many people seem to, because I think when they were making the Gen 9 games, they were thinking they were going to be running on more powerful hardware, more akin to the Switch 2. So I do very much imagine that this Legends Set A will probably run fairly badly on Switch 1, unfortunately, just like all the other Pokemon games, but all the other recent Pokemon games, but I'm going to be playing on Switch 2, and I obviously think a lot of people are going to be upgrading to the Switch 2 to play this game because they're bundling it in, and yeah, that's really awesome to me that they're paying, even though, because this isn't Gen 10, is it? It's a spin-off game, but they're really treating it with a lot of respect, and to have it as the console bundle, replacing Mario Kart for Christmas, that's a big gamble, that's a big risk, but it says that Nintendo is very confident in this game. And for me personally, it's the Pokemon game that I'm the most looking forward to for many years, over a decade. This is, it looks really, really cool to me. I love it. Right. Next up, we've got Hawlucha versus Machamp. Machamp. Okay, so is this going to be just extended footage of a battle, or is this going to be a cinematic or animated thing? I don't know. Let's get right into it. Not actual gameplay footage, right? So it's a cinematic. But it's a CG cinematic. It's not like the animated series. I always liked Hawlucha with the whole kind of luchador style Mexican wrestling. It's a pretty cool idea for a Pokemon. And in comes Machamp, doing his best Goro impression from Mortal Kombat. Yes. This music is so hype. It's interesting that they're concentrating specifically. They're concentrating specifically on. Oh, well, I was just about to say they're concentrating specifically on the Pokemon and not the human trainers. And even when the human trainers are getting involved there, they're not giving them a voiceover like they would have in the anime. They're not going like, Machamp, I choose you. Or shouting what moves to use. I suppose it means if they don't do a voiceover, cynically, they don't have to translate it into all the different languages. Oh, this is cute, going to the 2D style for thinking and reminiscing about all the previous memories. Oh no. She's worried for Hawlucha. Oh. Give him some words of support. Oh, is he gonna Mega Revolve? Is this another Mega Evolution? Reveal trailer. A reveal trailer that just shows off Mega Evolution for one character. But still, that's cool. Oh, that's nice. That was a nice little bit of animation there. Oh, and now he's got a gold wrestling costume. Is that his Mega Evolution? Damn. You got that Machamp style slap there. It's like that slap wrestling that's Charlie likes. Penguin's Zeo Most Critical. This is very cinematic. I like the way it keeps cutting back to like 2D elements, like that smoke, and like 2D animated elements, even though it's CG. It's kind of mixing the styles is a bit bizarre, but it's cool. It shows they've put some real effort into the style of this. I guess it's a little bit Spider-Verse as well in the animation style, sort of. Yeah, it's cute. And then there's one more video, which I imagine is now going to be actual gameplay footage. So I think I'm just going to roll straight into that. I don't think we need to do a reaction afterwards. We can go straight into it because I imagine it's going to be more of the same Hawlucha, but now in the game engine, similar to the Victreebel. Mega Victreebel video. It's cute. I like that the Pokemon have actual facial expressions in game and actually react to what's going on. They did say that in this game there's more of an emphasis on the Pokemon being, you know, an equal part of your team. They aren't just, you know, your kind of little slaves that you keep and bring out when you want to battle. They're more their own characters, which works really well with the French element of the kind of equality, fraternity, etc. And there we have the Mega Evolution. It's kind of funny that when he's like Mega Evolved, he's not really any bigger. It's just now he's got a gold wrestling suit on. But yeah, he's obviously more powerful. Yeah, that's cute. That's cool. I know it's on October the 16th. I'm really looking forward to this information. And the same information as we had before, yes. And you're gonna try and make me order the digital by tempting me with Pokeballs, but it's not gonna work. Yeah, okay, so that is all of the ZA videos. That was 5 of them. It passed pretty quickly. I don't think we learnt very much. We got two Mega Evolutions. As I said, to me, just seeing the reveal of a single Mega Evolution is not massive news to me, but I guess it is. There are some, you know, Pokemon fans that really, really care about these things and really get into the designs. So if you're really excited by those, I'm happy for you. Hawlucha as a character, I really like. I think is a really cool, interesting design for a Pokemon. And Victreebel, it's really nice to see a Gen 1, one of the lesser appreciated Gen 1 characters get something. But yeah, for me, the big thing out of all 5 of those is the multiplayer stuff. That looked really, really cool. But yeah, I mean, if you want my reactions to Pokemon ZA in general, I've already done a whole Pokemon special, and I put clips as well. And yeah, to me, I'm super hyped for Legends ZA. As I said, it's the Pokemon game that I'm most looking forward to, and have the most look forward to for, well, I don't know, at least 10 years. And part of that is because it is set in France, and I'm British, as you can probably tell by my accent, but I live in France. I'm a big Francophile, and I love the French language. So the fact that it has lots of French puns and lots of references is great. And Paris is one of my favorite cities in the world. I spend a lot of time there. I work there a lot, and I just travel there for fun as well. It's a great city. So to have like a Pokemon game set within a exaggerated version of real places that I go to is amazing to me. It's so cool. And if you're interested in learning more about the French connections to Paris, subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be literally making a video where I travel to Paris and I film all the real life locations, and hopefully my friend Nelly, who is a very famous French influencer, and but also she has literally written a guidebook to Paris. Excellent book. So hopefully if she's got time and can put it into her schedule, hopefully I can get her to show us around as well. And obviously I will be reviewing the heck out of Pokemon Legends ZA when it finally comes out. So yeah. Subscribe if you want more information on Legends ZA. Okay, so that wraps us up for today. I think if you've listened all the way to the end, or watched all the way to the end, thank you so much for sticking with me. Overall, I think the Legends ZA, I'm really excited for it, but also the World Championships in general. That whole event was really cool, really well run. Easily the biggest and most impressive it's ever been. Yeah, they obviously went to a lot of effort involving people from the community and getting different YouTubers and getting different people involved and releasing a whole album. That's pretty cool. And Pokemon Champions for the Switch 2 or Switch 2 is looking pretty cool as well. Like I wasn't that interested in it to begin with. I thought, well, what's the point nowadays in having like just a Pokemon Stadium style game that's battling only? But actually, the more I see of it, the cooler it looks. So it's nice to have more information on that as well. But yeah, Pokemon growing from strength to strength, and I will be covering Pokemon news in the future, especially Legends ZA. So like I say, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have already, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Can't believe that we've passed 1,000 subscribers already. We'll be doing the 1,000 subscriber celebration very soon. So stay tuned for that. Leave me a comment. What do you think? What was your favorite reveal? Are you looking forward to Legends ZA? Which is your favorite song from the new Pokemon album that they released for free? Really cool stuff. Personally, I'm just happy to see Nate Wants to Battle getting any kind of recognition at all. That guy's a legend. And don't forget to join our free members area where you can enter free competitions to win official Nintendo prizes. And with the because of the hitting the 1,000 subs mark, I've actually got some really cool, really special stuff to give away soon. We'll be announcing that in my special. But yeah, you can get Nintendo prizes, maybe including some games as well. Really cool stuff. Yeah, so Linktree/DailySwitch2 for all the ways to watch, to listen on all your major platforms, to support the show. If you do decide to support in any kind of way, buy me a coffee or something, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, but it's very much not obligatory. And if you want to join our members area, you can join for absolutely free. It would be lovely to hear from you, and we do run those little competitions. Linktree/DailySwitch2, linktr.ee/DailySwitch2. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.